Oh, hi, this is NB Art. Hope you're doing good. Today I decided I was going to talk a little bit about the drawing that I'm making today. Now, this guy was actually part of the March of Robots challenge, and I know I kind of cheated you guys by not showing it during the month of March, but I felt like this was a little bit too good to just make another daily thing. So I decided to make it a little bit longer, add my thoughts to the video. But basically, yeah, what I do usually with any drawing really is I start off with just a blocked out silhouette of kind of what I think it should look like. And I don't necessarily just block it all out from scratch. I kind of sketch it out, and then once I know what I'm doing, I fill it all in, and a lot of it's just kind of in my head, to be honest. Afterwards, I add a little bit of light, a little bit of shadow. I start with like a mid-tone. I have this palette that I use for kind of a blue tinted grayscale, which I think works really well. But yeah, I started off with this guy, what I got here, and usually I just paint everything, but I decided I'm going to use a photo. That speaker that you just saw for a second. That is the only photo that I use for the main robot. And yeah, I mean, I use a lot of paint. I color grab from the image so that, I can get some consistency within the drawing. But for the most part, yes, everything is basically from that single speaker. By the way, the prompt for this today's challenge, or that day's challenge, because this was for March of Robots, was sound. And I kind of had this, like a hound from Transformers in my head. Like the, big bulky guy with like the pistol shotgun things. And I wanted to do that, except with like speaker sound shotguns. I thought that would be pretty cool. So I dropped in a lot of those speaker things. I transformed them a lot. The thing about Procreate, which is what I'm using, is that it does not record anything that you do when you're transforming stuff. So when I select something, until I deselect it, it doesn't show in the time lapse that automatically records. Other than that, the time lapse is okay. My only other misgiving is that it doesn't record when I'm zooming in, zooming out, makes it a little bit monotone, but I guess at the same time it keeps it simple. One of the things that I did, actually, as you can see on the left, is that I made a lot of different items for myself from the image, from the main image, the speaker. I grabbed some pieces and kind of like strung them together, or I took some pieces out, things that I knew I was going to want to use individually or in sequence or something. You see, I separated those because those are my cylindrical items. Some of those I did make with just a paint, but I color grabbed, so kind of the same thing, whatever. But yeah, you see, I made this cylinder out of like a combination of the original cylinder and one of the parts from the speaker to make it look a little bit more mechanical. Now I'm making part of the hand down on the left. That's actually what I do quite a bit, is instead of just, especially when I'm duplicating things, when I'm making something and then duplicating it, like fingers, a lot of the time I will make it separately. I'll make it like very separate from the drawing, and then I'll crop it in afterwards, because otherwise it just kind of, I don't know, I feel like I get distracted from everything else that's in there. But basically what I'm doing is the original painting that I made, I'm just covering up and slowly replacing with the photos, all the stuff that I put in from the image or painted in myself. The goal was basically to eliminate the original painting altogether. And then I added in a background. It's a big old giant enemy mech thing, kind of like an alien, because it looked like he was running away from something, and I had to go with that because I thought it was cool. So I had a lot of fun with all of this. I hope you guys did too. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.